Good morning and welcome back to the Mining Stock Daily Morning Briefing, presented by the Clear Commodity Network and delivering today's top news in mining and mineral exploration. From the new ClearCom studios, here's your host, Trevor Hall.
And good morning, everybody. Welcome back to the Mining Stock Daily Morning Briefing. It's Hump Day, Wednesday, August 19th. And the macro picture shifting once again. Gold is the leader this morning, up 0.73% to $4,367 an ounce. Silver's adding a more modest 0.3% to $63.52. Copper is the outlier, slipping over 1% to $6.41 a pound. Japan's benchmark bond yield is on the brink of hitting 3% for the first time since the mid-1990s. This could be classified as a generational reset for a market that spent 3 decades as the world's defining example of suppressed interest rates. The Bank of Japan's gradual policy normalization, the return of domestic inflation, and mounting fiscal pressure have combined to push Japanese government bond yields to levels that are now attracting Japanese investors back to their own market. This is significant because Japan remains one of the largest foreign holders of U.S. Treasury debt, and higher yields at home mean less incentive to fund the American deficit. The Trump administration has delayed 50% tariffs on billions of dollars of Canadian goods by 3 days, after the two sides reached what officials described as a tentative agreement in a dispute that had pushed U.S.-Canada trade relations to a fresh low. For our audience, the implications are worth watching closely because Canada is the world's most active junior mining jurisdiction, and a sustained tariff escalation could create real friction across the cross-border flows of concentrate, equipment, and exploration capital that underpin this sector. We'll get to the news out of the miners and explorers in just a moment, but first a quick mention of today's sponsor. Today's morning briefing is brought to you by Onyx Gold. Onyx Gold is one of the world's largest senior gold producers, operating 7 mines across Canada, the United States, Mexico, and Brazil. In the United States, Equinox has also received a positive record of decision from the Bureau of Land Management for its South Railroad Gold Project in Nevada's Carlin Trend. It's advancing a development asset targeting over 130,000 ounces of production per year in the first 5 years, with first gold planned for 2028. Learn more at equinoxgold.com.
From power generation to steelmaking, coal still drives the global economy. And the Coal Trader podcast from Clear Commodity Network is where the industry comes to talk about it. Join me, Matt Warder, and my partner Joe Aldina as we break down the latest trends in thermal and met coal, explore shifting market dynamics, and sit down with industry veterans and executives for unfiltered, insightful conversations. Listen to Coal Trader Podcast on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or at clearcommodity.net. Clear Commodity Network, digital news on the physical markets.
And here's what you need to know this morning. Omai Gold Mines has released a preliminary economic assessment for its Omai Project in Guyana that outlines one of the larger undeveloped gold projects in the Guyana Shield. An 18-year mine plan combined the Weenot open pit with adjacent gilt underground deposits, averaging 351,488 ounces of gold per year, at a peak of 435,667 ounces, for a total payable production of 6.3 million ounces. At a base case gold price of $3,600 an ounce, the PEA returns an after-tax NPV of $4 billion and a 24% IRR with initial capital of $1.43 billion. It is improving to $5.5 billion with a 30% IRR at recent spot prices around $4,200 an ounce. Omai Gold Mines trades on the TSX Venture Exchange as OMG and on the OTCQB with OMGGF. Onyx Gold is out with another strong batch of results from the Argus Gold System at the Monroe Croesus projects in Timmins, Ontario. The highlight being hole 340 at Argus Main, which returned 1.7 grams per ton gold over 67 meters and included 13.2 grams per ton over 6 meters. And there's also some visible gold in there, grading 73.4 grams per ton over 1 meter. This ranks it among the 9 strongest intercepts in the entire Monroe-Croesus database. A step-out hole 150 meters down dip returned a broad 0.7 grams per ton gold over 144.5 meters, while 6 holes at Argus West extended the zone 100 meters to the west and southwest. The Argus Gold system is now demonstrating gold mineralization across 1.4 kilometers of strike and more than 700 meters vertically, with all zones remaining open. Onyx Gold trades on the Venture Exchange with ONYX and on the OTCQX with ONXGF. Abitibi Metals has reported the first results from Phase 2 metallurgical test work at its B26 polymetallic deposit in Quebec, with SLR Consulting independently confirming the 98.2% copper flotation recovery to a rougher concentrate grading 23.7% copper. The test work used a significant larger and more representative composite than previous studies, which gives the results additional credibility as Abitibi advances towards a PEA. Abitibi Metals trades on the CSE with AMQ and on the OTCQB with AMQFF. Founders Metals is consolidating 100% ownership of the Antino Gold Project in southeastern Suriname, acquiring the remaining 30% from Nana Resources for $17 million US in cash, 13.5 million founder shares, and up to $21 million in milestone payments tied to resource milestones, permitting a construction decision, first gold, and cumulative production. Simultaneously, Goldfields increased its strategic stake in the company to 19.9% through a almost $77 million Canadian placement at $5.44 per share. Founders Metals trades on the Venture Exchange with FDR and on the OTCQX with FDMIF. Intrepid Metals has selected major drilling for its 10,000 meter drill program at the Corral Copper Project in Arizona. The program is split roughly in half between expanding the known near-surface CRD copper gold silver mineralization and conducting the first drilling specifically designed to test high-priority porphyry copper gold targets beneath it. Intrepid Metals trades on the Venture with INTR and on the OTCQB with IMTCF. And Lundin Mining is reporting that a second severe winter storm in Chile's Atacama region re-damaged a transmission tower at the Caserones copper mine that had already been repaired following the first storm's power outage in July. It's knocking the mine offline again back August 14th and is forcing a downward revision to annual guidance. Caserones' 2026 copper production guidance has been cut from 130 to 140,000 tons, now to 120 to 130,000 tons, with cash costs revised up to $2.15 to $2.35 per pound. Full power restoration is expected by week's end, with a gradual ramp up to follow. Lundin Mining trades on the TSX as LUN and on the Nasdaq Stockholm with LUMI. All right, that's a wrap here this morning on the Morning Briefing. The Mining Stock Daily Morning Briefing is produced by Clear Commodity Network. It is distributed throughout the world through your podcast network of choice and at clearcommodity.net. Have a wonderful day, everybody. Talk to you soon. Be well. The information presented should not be considered investment advice. Mining Stock Daily and its affiliates are not responsible for any loss arising from any investment decision in connection with the material presented herein. Please do your own research or speak with a licensed financial representative before making any investment decisions.